Our next topic today will be the quantum numbers. Quantum numbers. How I define the quantum number? Basically, quantum number is the complete address of electron in an atom. Complete address of electron in an atom. We call it as quantum number. Now, with your daily life experience, as you know, when you write the address on an envelope, what particular things you are writing? You are writing name of the person, house number of the person, street in which the house is existing, the phase in which that street is existing, okay, or I'll say sector in this street is existing, and ultimately we write the phase, and ultimately we write the city. For example, I live in Hayatabad phase 6. My name is Riaz. So what I will write? Riaz, house number 35, street 3, sector F3, phase 6, Hayatabad, Peshawar. So this is the complete address. If you write this on the envelope and post it in your post office, this letter is going to reach to me. Exactly the similar address is for an electron in an atom. Now, as we discussed earlier, Bohr defined the principal energy levels, and we have already discussed that this energy E in a particular level n is directly proportional to 1 divided by n square. 1 divided by n square. These are principal. If I write n is equal to 1, this will be the first energy level. If I write n is equal to 2, I will write it as second energy level. And for that we define the shells. K shell in an atom, for which n is equal to 1. L shell in an atom, for which n is equal to 2. M shell in an atom, for which n is equal to 3. N shell, n is equal to 4, and so on. These are describing the energy levels of electron in an atom. So what I have written first, Bohr defined the principal energy levels n 1, 2, 3, 4 for K, L, M, N. Experimental evidence indicated the need for changes to this simple system. What is that? We are coming here. Quantum numbers are quantized values used to describe electron in an atom. And generally, there are 4 quantum numbers. They are n. If I know this n, I can find L, orbital quantum number. I can write ml, which is magnetic quantum number. They are related with each other. If I know n, I can find L, I can find ml. And there is an inherent quantum number of the electron, which we call as spin quantum number ms. इलेक्ट्रॉन अगर एटम के अंदर होगा या एटम से बाहर होगा, ये ms उसके साथ होगा. और इस ms की वैल्यू जिसको आप स्पिन क्वांटम नंबर कहते हैं, दिस इज ऑलवेज इक्वल टू आइदर +1/2 और -1/2। हर इलेक्ट्रॉन के साथ इन दो में से एक क्वांटम नंबर अटैच होगा, whatever the value of n, l and ml are. ms will have only two values which are called as inherent quantum number of the electron, and these values are ms is equal to +1/2, ms is equal to -1/2. Now, based on the Bohr's observation of line spectrum for different elements, I told you that this data of line spectrum was available with the chemist since very long, but they were unable to explain this data. I mean, if you take the spectrum of gas of different materials, you will get lines here, depending upon the type of the atom, at a particular frequency or at a particular wavelength, because you know frequency and wavelength are related by this relation c is equal to nu multiplied by lambda. C is a fixed value which is the speed of light, nu is the frequency, and lambda is the wavelength. So if I know the value of lambda, I can find nu is equal to c divided by lambda. So this is a particular value nu or lambda, particular value nu or lambda, particular value nu or lambda, and so on. And for different gases, this value will be different. हर गैस की एक ही किस्म की स्पेक्ट्रम नहीं होगी। इसकी स्पेक्ट्रम फर्ज किया ऐसे आती है, तो हो सकता है दूसरी गैस की स्पेक्ट्रम आपके पास ऐसे आए। It will be like this. This line will be at a different frequency, this will be at a different frequency than this, and similarly this will be at a different frequency than this. So every atom has got its own line spectrum. Now this data was available with the chemist, and a very big data was available, but they were unable to explain why these line spectrum were there until it was given, the model was given by Bohr, and then manipulation in the Bohr model was done by Sommerfeld and others. Now, you know, n relates to the main energy of an electron, which I have given here. It is proportional to 1 divided by n square, or you can also write En is equal to minus r divided by n square, where r was the Rydberg constant which we have earlier discussed. Allowed values for n are n is equal to 1, n is equal to 2, n is equal to 3. And electron with higher n values have more energy. For example, if I take, this is an electron round the nucleus, n is equal to 1, it will have one value of energy. This is an electron in this orbit for which n is equal to 2, it will have more energy. Similarly, when electron is here, n is equal to 3, it will have still more energy, n is equal to 3, still more energy, and similarly when n is equal to 4, it will have still more energy. So least energy is here, more than that it will be here, more than that it will be here, and more than that it will be here. Okay? If I call this energy as E1, this will have a smaller value. I call this as E2, higher value. This is E3, still higher value, and this is E4, still higher value. So if an electron jumps from E2 to E1, extra energy will be emitted in the form of electromagnetic radiation, and for which you write E2 minus E1 is equal to H into nu1, and from which you can calculate the value of nu1 as E2 minus E1 divided by H. This will be the frequency of the emitted radiation when transition is taking place from n is equal to 2 to n is equal to 1. Similarly, if I say transition is taking place from n is equal to 3 to n is equal to 1, so I will write E3 minus E1, it will be equal to H into nu2. It will have a different value of frequency because difference in energy is difference. So nu2 will be equal to E3 minus E1 divided by H. If I substitute the values, I can find the value of this nu2, that is frequency of the second line in the series. Based on the observation, Michelson 1891, that lines in the line spectrum are actually group of multiple thin lines. Here I am seeing them as one line. But if I thoroughly observe it, it is not one line. It is combination of, it may be one line, or it may be combination of two, or it may be having a combination of three, and so on. So how these, we call them as fine structure occurs. Now L value, which I have written here, relates to the shape of the electrons. We have already discussed that if I take L is equal to, if I take n is equal to 1, it has got only one orbit, 1s2, and this orbit is always circular orbit. But when I talk about s is always circular, but when I take n is equal to 2, then in this case for n is equal to 1, L will have 0 value, and what we call as magnetic quantum number, that will also have 0 value, and ms will have value either plus 1 by 2 or minus 1 by 2. Okay? But when we take n is equal to 2, then L can take value either 0 or n minus 1, which means 0 and 2 minus 1, and 2 minus 1 is 1. So it can have a value 0 and 1. Now you can see, I know the value of n, I can find the value of L. Okay? They are related with each other. When n is there, then there will be s and there will be L orbitals in it. For n is equal to 4, for example, if I take n is equal to 4, I can write L value as 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. Now when I say 0, this is s orbital. When I say 1, then this orbital, s orbital, will always be circular. This is the circular orbit. And when L is equal to 1, then it will turn into elliptic orbit. And when n is equal to 2, ellipse will increase in oblong shape. And when n is equal to 3, the further increase will occur. It means it will be like this: S circular, L is equal to 1, elliptical, L is equal to 2, more elliptical, L is equal to 3, still more elliptical, and so on. So shape of the orbital will change. L values 0, 1, 2 and 3 correspond to the shape we will call. This circular shape we call is S, this first ellipse we call is P, the second we call is D, and other we call is F. So these are called different shapes of the orbital in which the electron can move. Based on the observation of Zeeman, that single line on line spectra split into new lines near a strong magnet. ML relate to the direction orientation of the electron orbit. You can see electron orbit. When I say electron orbit, electron orbit is this, and electron orbit can be this, and electron orbit can be this. Whatever the orientation of this orbit is, then L value will remain the same. But this one, if it is oriented like this, it will have a different projection on the z-axis. If it is oriented like this, it will have a different projection. If it is oriented like this, it will have a different projection. So you see, based on the observation of Zeeman, that single lines on the spectra split into new lines near the strong magnet. ML relate to the direction orientation of the electron orbit. So this is the direction orientation. Allowable value of ML are minus L to plus L through 0. And as I discussed earlier, if L is equal to 2, ML can be minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1 and 2. So I will say that if I know the value of n, for example, I take n is equal to 2, I can find the value of L, which will be 0 and 1, and I can find the value of ML, which will be equal to 0, minus 1, plus 1. They are related. So only I need to know is what is the value of n. Other values I can determine from these values. So this is called principal quantum number, this is called orbital quantum number, and this is called as magnetic quantum number. Similarly, when you take n is equal to 3, for example, then L will be equal to 0, 1, 2, and ML will be equal to 0, minus 1, minus 2, plus 1, plus 2. So only I need is to find what's the value of n. Other values are related with it. Electron with the same L values but different ML values have the same energy but different orientation. Orientation का मैंने आपको अभी बताया. These are the orientation of the orbits. Orientation of the orbit will be different. So you can see here, this is which I've already discussed to you. Based on the observation that magnets could further split the lines in the line spectrum and that some elements exhibit paramagnetism. Ms related to the spin of the electron, and allowed value of Ms are plus 1 by 2 and minus 1 by 2. For any possible set of n, L, ML values, there are two possible Ms values. When two electrons of opposite spins are paired, there is no magnetism observed because one will be cancelling the effect of other. Okay? 1 by 2, other is with ms value minus 1 by 2, the net result will be plus 1 by 2 plus minus 1 by 2 is equal to 0. So such materials are, we will say, weakly magnetic materials, generally I will say. ठीक है जारी.